What's up, guys? It's Alex from Alex's Huge Chainsaw, and this is episode 10. We're here in the boiler room, and I know it's been a while since we really kind of went over this room. In fact, I had a conversation with Diablo the other night on a Google Hangout. He suggested that I shoot these videos more chronologically. We are in a phase of total overload right now. We are trying to get as many projects at least started as we can, because we're really trying to complete our infrastructure this year. So we had to at least start all these projects and get them going. One thing is, the last time you saw some of these projects was the last time they were touched. And if they were touched, it wasn't anything crazy, or at least it wasn't worthy enough to do an entire video on. It was just, spray paint a couple boards. It's the small things like that. So the videos will start up again, and you'll be seeing projects being done very soon. And after that point, we'll be able to shoot videos more in a chronological order, sort of say. I know a lot of people are waiting for the fluorescent light fixture tutorial. Well, the thing about that is, we basically haven't even touched lighting yet. And we're not going to start doing lighting until we finish all these projects. So that's when we're going to do it. We're not exactly sure when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And another thing, the house facade. Episode 13, guaranteed, is going to be about nothing else but distressing the house facade, finishing it, and then showing it to you with the nighttime lights on and the thunder going. That's episode 13. That's going to be, lucky number 13. So that's what's happening. So in this video, I'm going to be working on the boiler again. And hopefully we're going to be able to get it well on its way to being done, along with the whole room itself. That would be really nice. And we have done a few small things in here off camera. Whoops. But, it was on a day where it was raining, and I didn't want to bring the camera out here anyways. So, let's get going. So we built the caged-in enclosure. This is a door right here. Got some electrical panels in there. We're going to have a skeleton who's fried. We've added piping. We haven't painted it yet. That's actually just some sort of a filter for a pool. An in-ground pool, I guess. I don't know. So we've added some piping. So you'll see. We've added more, and some electrical boxes. We also painted. And as you can see, the rain kind of did some distressing for me. I didn't realize it was going to rain on that day. And it dripped the paint, and it made it really, really cool looking. So we're only going to be doing a tiny bit more on that, and pretty much Mother Nature distressed for us. Okay guys, so here they are, the hex bolts on there at test. What we used is, to secure these, is Loctite premium adhesive, construction adhesive. It's engineered specifically for tradesmen, permanently bonds almost any substance, metal, wood, plastic, anything. The reason why we're using that is because the bolts are actually stainless steel hex stock that the students at Platt Technical High School machined up for us. They had it laying around and cut it up to half inch long pieces. They faced them real nice, and on the back they did a rough finish so that whatever adhesive we use holds nice. You'll see one fell off. Unfortunately, when you're doing this, especially when you're going on a vertical surface, stainless steel is heavy. So what we're going to have to do is, as soon as we apply the adhesive, yep, you'll see another one just fell. As soon as we apply the adhesive, we have to lay a board on the face of the whole thing and screw it in just to hold them in place. Yep, here's fuck. Yeah. Let's go see what Eric's doing right now. It's pretty loud.
I'm building a deck on the trailer. Alex went away over the weekend, and I surprised him with a deck and a ramp and stairs and a paint booth and a new costume room. We got it all. I surprised Alex.
This is what Eric did when I was gone this past weekend. He turned our paint shed. Oh, we turned the paint shed actually because I was here for this, but into the new costume shed. So we're gonna be keeping all the costumes in there, and I did that because we can't have people stealing shit. And this is just a general storage area. Whoops, that we turned into the new paint area. It's a little more open, and I'll take you.
We don't have as much paint.
Yeah, we don't have as much paint anymore, and I'm going to show you how much paint we used to have. So the other day we did a bit of a cleanup, and when we took all the old paint out of the paint shed, we had to put it somewhere where we could easily throw it in a dumpster. And this is all of our old paint. It smells like ass. All these under here, small cans. Look at the size of this mountain. These are all small cans. These are all 5 gallons. What happened was Eric's brother works at a set design company, and over the winter they had a paint structure in the back where they kept all the paint because it's chemicals. They had it collapse, and a lot of the paint cans were damaged, and they couldn't trust it for quality products. So they gave it all to us because it's a fucking haunted house. But I'm going to show you a little bit of how we do our detailing. It's not, the greatest way, but it's fast, and we're also an outdoor haunt, so, we really don't put in huge amounts of time on detailing because it's just going to wear out anyways. So, we got orange, black, and in this satin oregano. Oh, I'm sorry. And we use a squirt bottle of water. So, it drips down. So you'll see that. So, let's start under here. So I don't know if you could. Can they see that? Yeah, they can. Wow, it's in the dead center of the screen. I'm an idiot. So here's a brown recluse. So you'll see here, just one squirt, spray, one squirt, spray. And you just kind of do squirt, spray, or sorry, spray, squirt, spray, squirt, spray, squirt, spray, squirt, spray, squirt. And you'll see orange really starts to, it really gives it a nice rust. Maybe a little bit on there. Really gives it a nice rust. You have to be very precise with your spraying, and you need to be very generous with the water. And then you can do a little bit. I mean, these are already rusted, but you're not going to see that. So the secret to making realistic rust is figuring out where you're actually going to see rust on a metal pipe. So that usually would be where a pipe might connect to a fitting. Water will get trapped in there and it'll start to rust and spill out. So things like that, sharp edges where something might have rubbed up against it and chipped the paint that was on there already, that's where rust is going to be starting. The surface, not so much. So you'll notice how I kind of highlighted the edges and the underside, of course. So let's go up here. Do a little bit coming down, because this had someone probably within the last 10 years painted this with like a silver oil-based paint. So this looks like shit because they sprayed it with silver. Make sure that's black. Yep. So you could spray first and then highlight the drops of water. Spray the water first, spray the black. Spray the water first, spray the black. And in this case, I'm just going to mist the whole front of the box to get rid of some of that silver so it looks a little less silver. Sometimes if you make a mistake, just blast the shit out of it with water. And, yeah. I mean, this doesn't really, trust me, there's much better ways of doing it. We're not even using an orange that should be used for this. But it's going to be a relatively dark room for the most part, so a brighter color isn't going to hurt anybody. People will know it's rust. Now, black is definitely good when you want to add some highlights, contrast to a wall, especially where the wall meets the ceiling. In this case, we have a black ceiling, so I think it makes sense to fade the green in a little bit with the ceiling. So I'm just going to kind of fog the top here. And I don't know if you see it on the camera, but I'm kind of rounding off the edge here. Give it a little more of a burnt up, worn out look. Again, we don't really like to spend shitloads of time on detailing, so a good session with spray paint will do the trick. It just adds something to it. And it's quick. Key word, quick. This is going to look like. So let me just. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Let's add some satin. It's like a. I don't know how to explain that. It's a weird look. But it's cool looking. You really have to be attentive when doing this. You got to pay attention to it, and you got to decide the second after the spray paint comes out of the gun whether you think it looks good or not. In that case, if you don't like how it looks, you gotta spray the shit out of it, because up here, I sprayed it, and about 20 seconds later, maybe even 10 seconds later, it's undoable. That's how we do it up in here.
Thanks for watching Haunters Hangout. Haunters everywhere.
So we're
yeah. I'll let Alex explain
Yeah.
what's going on.
So basically, we I put up the bolts today with the adhesive. We'll see if it works. I mean, it is stainless steel on wood, so hopefully it does work. Like I said, the back, it was rough cut so that we can have a little there'd be a surface for the adhesive to at least grasp onto. And we detailed the walls. There's other walls in here that we have to do the same thing to, but figured all I had to do is show you that. Again, if you're an indoor haunt, there's probably much better ways of doing it, but because we're outside, sooner or later it's going to get worn out, or we might end up changing the scene anyways.
Probably because this is all OSB in this room.
Yeah, I mean, in 2 years we'll probably end up changing the walls. I mean, I don't know. There's a million possibilities.
The possibilities are endless.
It's infinite.
You never know what's going to happen.
So,
you talk a lot.
Yeah. So basically, the next video.
They don't work.
The next video, we'll paint this, and you'll see pretty much this room will be done with the exception of lighting.
And for our 13th episode, stick around, because we're going to have some giveaways.
I told him already.
Well, I'm telling him again. Because you don't communicate with me. The hardest part is communication. And if you ain't got communication, then you got nothing. No more show. I'm going to bed.
I quit.